Welcome to High Exclusive. Today I'm going to be speaking to Champa Samaraweera about an important thing about going organic, living a life that is complementary towards nature as well, and how important it is for us to make nature a part of our life. Now today on the show we are going to be speaking to the person who is running this big fabulous organization that has started, NDH Lifestyle. So let's speak more about it and come to know the inside scoop to it. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you very much, Daniel.
So you're from England?
Well, I live there.
Okay.
So we started this project back in about 2 years ago,
right,
during COVID, because that was the time that the world gave us time to think.
Yes, of course.
So, and
moving away from the ordinary.
Of course.
Yeah.
And it gave us time to think, and we started a small digital portal which helped people. It was started by a bunch of professionals who loves nature. So we pulled our inspiration together and built a portal that can transform people's lives in a supernatural way.
All right. Supernatural being natural,
yes,
not magically.
No, supernatural way.
Yeah.
So NDH Lifestyle is built upon three pillars, three
right,
major pillars: eat good, feel good, and look good.
All right. So that's the most important thing. I think all of us want to feel those three, which makes life so much more easier.
Of course.
So let's speak about what is your background for you to get into this very naturally friendly journey in life.
Okay, my background previously, I'm from the fashion industry.
Ah.
I worked here and I manage a supply chain.
Ah, okay.
So I went back to England about, this is back now about 20 years ago.
Right.
So I lived there. So with the pandemic, the founders of this company, a bunch of professionals, we got together and we thought it's our time to give something back to the society.
Right.
So we started a digital portal which can, for people to connect with a doctor. And 2 years.
So that was the start.
That was the start.
Okay.
And 2 years down the line, we have sort of diverted and we are sort of moving, the entire world is moving the focus on natural way of living.
Correct.
So we thought it's our time to give our
Sri Lankans and also the ones who have been on this portal a chance to experience it firsthand.
Experience a supernatural living. And
now,
so
I have to ask you, we have in history, Sri Lankans are known for believing in Ayurveda. But whereas when it comes to you, what you're doing is, y'all are asking people to live with nature so that we don't need to be running for a cure. We will be always making sure that we are in our good health.
of course. So the focus, the three pillars that we follow is eat good, feel good, and look good.
Okay.
So those are the three pillars. When you eat good, of course, that takes us a very happy place.
Yeah.
That's the start. And then we are all happy when we eat good. And when we eat clean, that makes you healthy, and it
right,
makes the environment healthy as well. So that's our first pillar. And the world is actually, the focus on the world is more towards natural living. And then when we go into the second pillar, it's feel good. With feel good, it's actually a holistic approach towards
right,
which connects mind and body. And in our domain, with Ayurveda approach, our focus is to make people healthy, and with preventative treatments such as dietary plans, massages, something like Shirodhara, and yoga. And the final one is look good. We all love to look good, isn't it?
Definitely.
So with our Ayurveda treatments, people can, and we can give beautification treatments for people to look good. And if you look around the stores, we have got an exclusive collection of plants, both indoors and outdoors. And with that, it makes us feel good, and it looks good too.
So you have, in this very commercial area where you are placed at this very moment in Pittakote, you have found a way to connect nature and sort of bring in that vibe, even though there's so much of vehicles running around. You have tried to create a more green environment when you walk in here.
Of course.
All right. So let's speak about the fact that you all have brainstormed this for 2 years, and considering the fact that the world really is looking out for alternative ways of living healthier without just, running to a doctor every 3 months to do a full body checkup. and also I think especially in the European countries, the approach has always been there. I think we who actually have the heritage have sort of stayed away from it.
Of course,
and like,
we've forgotten all
yes,
about it.
and we are the type, like to have like a good meal and sometimes just forget about everything.
Of course.
But you were telling me, like when I came here, my eyes go in for the food always, and I saw this butter cake served, and I was like, look at this butter cake, and she was like, no, it's made out of coconut oil, making it a healthy option. So that means you're trying to tell us to incorporate, not deprive us from things, but
Of
just
course.
incorporate it into our lifestyle.
Of course, now we live in a fast pace.
Yeah,
We're
true.
always on the fast track. And I think the pandemic, something is staring at us. So barring all the odds, it gave us time to think about, take time for ourselves and rest and get some oxygen. So during that time, so what we are trying to do here is like with our fast lives, if somebody is helping us to design, because we have no time to think for ourselves, and if somebody is telling us how to design their lives, I think people will welcome that.
Right, okay. So it's just a matter of, tweaking your life a little bit towards a healthier shift.
A healthier shift in a natural way.
Yes, I think we all, especially I, need to sort of practice this. Now, I really wanted to speak about the amount of products that you have here. When I
Yes.
walked in, I saw some brilliant products, and also even the entrance is so colorful. Like you get a chance to have something refreshing when you walk in. Like there's no price on it. It's just like experience it. And these are all things that I've seen growing in my own garden. I mean, like I'm the one who has cut it off thinking it's a nuisance, but whereas you have made good use of it. So tell us a little bit about the products that you have here, and how have you sort of branded them, and what is the purpose behind it, and how can people just do it at home?
So, very important. So, the concept of our eat good, feel good, and look good, the concept we are heavily embedded. One thing you have to be very sure is we will never ever walk away from our concept.
Right.
All what we sell here is either naturally or conventionally, organically sourced.
Right.
If we feel something is not right, we will make sure that it will not hit our shelves.
Wow.
So, and we get our trickle from the village, and we have the spices, the best of what Sri Lanka produces, what sometimes Sri Lankans don't get to experience, that it ends up in another country.
True.
But I have got a pinch of what Sri Lanka produces best. And then I want to enjoy it to the people at an affordable price. So
That is the point. Everyone says going organic is so expensive. Is it?
for most of the people, living a natural life is the way that the world is going. For most of us, living organically is living organic food, but actually not. Living organic life is converting your lifestyle to live healthily and helping the environment too. So what we are trying to do is what we produce best, Sri Lanka, ends up in a foreign country. Of course, we do export. That's one of our main incomes, which is good. But I want people to enjoy that same thing here as well, not to just
have the cake and share the cake,
Of
not
course,
just
of course.
give the whole cake away.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So most of what we bring, as I said before, our trickle comes from the village, and it's purely done for us, and it's made for us. And we had this, I think last 2 weeks, we've been trying to get a good quality jaggery, and we had to, so our quality control manager actually rejected twice. So up until we get the right product, it won't come to our shelves. So you shouldn't be.
How do you identify, jaggery that's on the shelf? Mostly we know it's made out of sugar,
Yes.
and it's not exactly the one that your body needs.
Yes.
How do you sort of identify the right and the wrong? And everyone now, just for the fancy title, they just say organic kitul, organic jaggery,
Yes.
organic everything, and you're
Yes.
like, so what is not organic here? And you end up buying sometimes the wrong thing. How can you identify and be sure of it?
So when we buy organic products, we always get the certification. So that's our credibility. And certain things which are made at home, which is best, which is not even made in a sort of a commercial way. And we work with those farmers. So we work with this concept of farm to table. So we work with the farmers to make things specially for us, and their homemade stuff. So and we have got a manager who runs this place who's got a very good knowledge of conventional and organic farming. So he kind of helps us to tell what's right and wrong.
Right.
So that helps us to
The process.
of course.
Right. So now that you're feeling more comfortable with this interview, now that you left your phone aside, I was like, yay, achieved it. All right. So now I wanted to speak to you about the three elements that you have broken this place down. So when one person walks in, of course, you get a good kick with a drink that they serve you at the entrance. It's a ginger, it has honey, it's all what you need, especially during COVID. And when you do walk in, you get to experience literally 4 levels. There is also the shop here where you can buy the organic products or buy things that are Sri Lankan friendly mostly. And then you walk into these 3 things. What do you advise everyone to do everything, or do you advise them to sort of pick and choose? Who sort of plans a person's process here or curates it?
Of course, the main 3 pillars are like the beautification and the wellness treatments are there for people to come for treatment. And so we have opened up this organic shop, the natural shop. So when people come for treatments and when they walk away, they have stuff to buy for the initial household needs. So they have their rice, we have got the spices, and we have got the honey and the basic stuff. So we don't have a full supermarket. We don't intend having a full supermarket. So when people come for beautification treatments as well as wellness treatments, and when they finish, they can walk away with some naturally or conventionally grown natural or organic products. That's the idea.
Okay, great. So in terms of the future of NDH, but before we get there, what does NDH stand for?
NDH stands for Nations Digital Hospital. That's what we started 2 years ago. So we kind of now branded ourselves only as NDH because the name is too long.
Yeah, true. NDH Lifestyle is so much more cooler. So what is the future for NDH? Like, where do you see this brand growing? Where do you see it positioned?
Thank you for asking that, Danu. So this is just the beginning. So we have got bigger plans. I want to take it to where I actually live, England, and Europe is a big area for natural and organic products and the services. And also we have plans to expand this to a bigger and better place.
Right.
So this is just the beginning.
Right, and it's such a young brand. You have like thought about it in the last 2 years, and you have made it come to life at this level, which is a great thing. In terms of the products that you have here, what would you say is the difference between, or how do you sort of stand apart with the others in the market?
Okay, so what we sell here is always 100% natural or organic food, and we sort of try to combine it with the wisdom of Ayurveda, and with the wellness treatments we try to build the whole package. So buying something for us, I don't think anybody should fear about buying something not natural or with lots of things in it. So we try to no chemicals.
So it's you don't need to think twice. You just buy it off the rack and just use it, because you know for a fact that
we have had a lot of customers complimenting it already.
Yeah. In terms of the staff that you have here, these are qualified personalities in these chosen areas of beauty in terms of massages and therapies that they do.
Yes, so we have 3 Ayurveda doctors who are qualified from the universities in Sri Lanka, Colombo University and Kelaniya. So they are all qualified in their area of beautification and wellness treatments. And we have got 2 therapists, a male and a female. So they are all already they have been working in the same industry, so have joined to work with us.
Brilliant. And tell us about the operation times. They are located in Pitakote, so when can somebody walk in? Do they get to meet you, or do they only get to meet the doctors? How does it all work?
So I'm here full time for the moment.
Right.
So the opening time is 8 to 9.
Okay.
Yeah, but then with our website, if they want, they can make appointments with the website, and then they can do online purchases 24 hours. And with regard to the wellness and the beautification treatments, they can book us through our website and then come and visit us for treatments.
What would you tell as a message to the society who is watching this at this very moment?
So the message that I would like to give is meaningful organic living is the way forward, and that's where the world is focused on. So if somebody can design our fast-paced life, and I think people will welcome that. So I invite everybody to come join us to make a lean, healthy society. So everybody can visit us, visit our website www.ndhlifestyle.lk.
Brilliant. Now I have been told that weight loss has been a success here. That's good. That's the only area I was interested in. I'm like, please tell me, how can I reduce the little body space here? And she was like, don't worry, there are people who have gone back with great results. So next time when you see me, you might see a change, and don't tell me that I didn't tell you already. I've been coming to NDH for that. So thank you so very much for bringing this very interesting, timely concept to Sri Lanka. And I really hope that, you know, you working with local vendors and developing these communities is going to be great when you branch out to the European market, because even they are going to grow within their spaces, which is going to be an excellent way for us to look out for the future. So thank you so very much. Sometimes we tend to take things that we have in our own house or in our back gardens for granted. That is, they are all there for a reason, and they're all giving us something good. So thank you so very much for giving an insight to all of this, and I wish you and the whole team all the very best at NDH. And thanks for coming on high to give out your, I think, your first big publicity about this.
Of course, yes.
Amazing.
It's the first publicity, and thank you very much
anytime.
for talking to me.
Absolutely a pleasure. So do come check them out. We'll be giving you the details of where they're located and also an inside scoop to how it looks here. It's your chance to come and experience a healthy lifestyle shift in your life. And you never know, 2022 could be the year that you become healthier, so much more confident with yourself, and, you know, a balanced lifestyle. So on that note, we're going to wrap things up. Thank you so very much for joining us. Until we see you again, you take care.